Staying with the story, we're joined via video link by legal analyst Melusi Xulu to look at the legal arguments presented before the Manzini court as the two suspects appeared earlier on today. Melusi, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the SABC at this hour.
Good afternoon, Lizelle, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. Thank you for having me.
Melusi, talk to us about the case, the process also unfolding, the two men accused. Really, what's been unearthed at this point, given that court has now been postponed to the 20th of March, next week, Wednesday, of course, pending the extradition application from South Africa?
Yes, I think the interview that you just played by the defense attorney was quite eye-opening, because he also explains that obviously they must respect the process. Just to explain you at home, obviously the extradition is where if there's a certain person from another country who's wanted by another country, that country that wants to arrest him must make a request formally that he's handed over. So we have an extradition agreement with the Kingdom of Eswatini. So basically they're just going through the process and sending out the documents that are needed. So that is why it's taking a little bit longer. But as Mr. Ngwenya said, they respect the process. It's just that obviously they must do it within a certain time limit and so forth. But it's just the process being unfolded.
Melusi, for those who are not privy to what that process looks like, perhaps you could speak to that. During the previous court appearance, the state prosecutor, in fact, also revealed that South Africa had not yet submitted the official extradition application, which has about a 30-day deadline. Perhaps you could highlight that, how complex that process is. What are the timelines we're expecting also?
Okay. Well, from the day they arrested, as you said, it's 30 days. So according to the articles in the agreement, is that the requesting state, which is South Africa in this case, they must describe the people that they want to be arrested or to be extradited. They must describe the offenses that they have committed or alleged to have been committed by them. They must also have obviously a warrant of arrest that states why they want them to be arrested, and they must quote the laws according to the acts that they must have offended or violated, so to speak. So it's not just a one-page request. It must just be detailed as to the offense and as to the suspects that are needed. So I think the documents that are required have not yet been filed in the proper way. And if you also go to, I believe it's Article 8 of the agreement, if the requested state, which is a Kingdom of Eswatini in this case, is not happy with the documents, they can request further documents from the requesting state. So it can happen that it's an ongoing discussion and there are certain documents that are needed. But like you just said now, there's a 30 days limit that must be respected as well. So, but I'm of the view that by next week, maybe there might be some progress, because when I read somewhere, they'll be having a meeting today, if I'm not mistaken. So that might assist to make the process go faster.
And Melusi, the charges at hand, I mean, they're accused of killing two more people in KwaZulu-Natal between February and March last year. What impact or bearing does this have on this case at hand as well?
Well, it shows that there's serious cases against the accused or the suspects, because if you go to, I believe it's Article 3 of the very same protocol on extradition for certain countries that I just explained, it says that one can make an extradition application based on extraditable offenses, and those offenses, they must have imprisonment or 1 year imprisonment at least for them to be extradited. So in this case, how many murder cases do we have? I think we have 2, if not 3, amongst other serious cases. So it's very serious offenses, and it makes a strong case for extradition.
And the cell phones seized from the brothers now will remain in Eswatini as per reports. I mean, how does this also fit into the developments of the case as per the package we also played before our interview?
Yeah. Well, obviously, Lizelle, when it comes to criminal investigation, everything is used and it needs to be, collected by the state. But there is a certain process that they need to adhere to. For example, in South Africa, if the police or the SAPS wants to see what is inside the cell phone and want to get more information and they require that information, there's what we call a Section 205 in terms of the Criminal Procedure Act that assists this process. So then at the Eswatini, the prosecution in Eswatini requested those cell phones to be kept so that when the South African officials come, they can easily be able to get those cell phones because it's needed for the investigation. So that is why we had to make sure that it's within the states of Eswatini, although Mr. Ngwenya was concerned that it should have been done simultaneously with the extradition application. So that's the only difference, but he understands that it also those cell phones needs to be with the state.
The matter, as we know, has been postponed to the 20th of March. In lieu of these developments, I wonder if you just shine a spotlight on how a breakthrough in this case, in the AKA and Tibz Murder case, inspires hope in South Africa's police system at large. I mean, we have to look at its strategic patience, building a watertight case, but also the collaborations between the NPA, Interpol, etc. I mean, help us understand that from what's unfolding from your vantage point.
Okay. For me, where I'm standing, it shows that we are living in a global society where as long as there are agreements for extradition, and the person who's suspected to be a suspect can be easily arrested at any given time. And it shows that there can be collaboration. The only thing that maybe for the SAPS and NPA, which is a big elephant in the room, we obviously need to know if they've been investigating for the whole year, who is that person who sent these 7 accused, because we have a coordinator, but we need to know the person who allegedly deposited at least 800,000 to $1 million. So it's a good thing. It's assuring that the police work hard, but you need to, have the whole case or the whole puzzle being clear as to what is happening.